Very good morning, students. Today we'll discuss the second part of your third chapter, water. Okay. Now, solubility. What is solubility? The solubility of a substance in a given solvent is defined as the number of grams of the solute required to saturate 100 grams of the solvent at a particular temperature. So you have to remember the definition of solubility. It is the number of grams of the solute required to saturate 100 grams of solvent at a particular temperature. Clear? Now, what are the factors which affect the solubility? The factors affecting solubility. Okay. First point is the nature of the solute and the solvent. See, normally what happens, the polar solvents can dissolve ionic solutes. Polar solvents can dissolve ionic solutes, whereas non-polar solvents can dissolve non-polar substances or solutes. Clear? Another factor is temperature. Temperature, generally an increase in temperature of the solution increases the solubility. What is that? Increase in temperature of the solution increases the solubility of the solute. But few cases, like few solutes that are less soluble in warmer conditions or warmer solutions. Clear? So what happens, generally when there is an increase in temperature, there is the increase in solubility of the solute in the solvent. Clear? Next is pressure. Normally what happens, this is another factor we are considering for the solubility. The solubility of solid or solute in a liquid or liquid in liquid, solid in liquid and liquid in liquid does not change significantly. No, we cannot identify or we cannot significantly find the change in the solubility as compared to temperature with a change in the pressure. Understood? Suppose the pressure is changed, either increased or decreased, we never find a significant change in the solubility of the solute. Okay. Now, what is rate of dissolution? What is rate of dissolution? It is defined as the speed with which the substance dissolves in a solvent. Okay, that is called the rate of dissolution. What is that? Again I am repeating, the speed with which a substance dissolves in a solvent, that is called rate of the solution. So rate of the solution also having some factors that affects the rate of dissolution. What is that? First one is particle size, the size of the particle or the solute. A finely powdered solute dissolves faster as compared to large chunks of same solute. Okay, so you can guess what is the difference, what is the particular factor. It is the size of the particle. What is that? Suppose you are taking a big cubes of sugar and you are grinding, so the powdered sugar will quickly dissolve as compared to the sugar cubes. Okay, understood? So a finely powdered solute dissolves faster as compared to large chunks of the same solute. Understood? Then stirring. Stirring means what? When you are dissolving some solute in a solvent, you are stirring. So when the solution is stirred or agitated, fresh portions of the solvent come in contact with the solute, thereby increasing the rate of dissolution. Understood? Suppose few sugar cubes simply you are releasing into the water, and another glass you are putting same number of sugar cubes and you are stirring in the water. So what happens? The fresh portions of the solvent come in contact with the solute when you stir, thereby increases the rate of dissolution. So the glass where you are stirring, that will dissolve the sugar cubes quickly as compared to other glass. Next is the amount of solute already dissolved. The rate of dissolution decreases as the quantity of the solute in the solution increases. Why? Because it changes to saturated, and when you are dissolving the solutes, gradually it was unsaturated, gradually changes to saturated. So the rate of dissolution gradually decreases. That's why the rate of dissolution decreases as compared as the quantity of the solute in the solution increases. Understood? Another factor is temperature. An increase in temperature generally increases the rate of dissolution, as we discussed in case of solubility. Okay, so these are the four factors. The question may arise, what is solubility? Again I am showing what is solubility and the factors affecting solubility. Clear? Then what is rate of dissolution and what are the factors affecting rate of dissolution? Clear? These are the few questions. Then we will discuss what is solubility curve. What is solubility curve? Okay, the relation between the solubility and the temperature can be plotted, and which is called solubility temperature curve, and this curve is called solubility curve. So when in a graph, suppose this is a graph, you are taking temperature, this side, and this side the solutes. So what happens? The solubility, the graphs what you are plotting here, like this, or like this, what the graph you are plotting here, that is called solubility curve. Understood? No, here this side you will take the solubility. I have written just opposite solubility. This side you will write temperature. X-axis is temperature, y-axis is solubility. Clear? Understood now? Then the graphs what you are plotting, that is called solubility curve. Okay. Now we will discuss how does solubility curve show the variation of solubility with temperature. Means different compounds are showing different graph. Okay, these curves are the, see, I have told you just now, this is another graph, this is one graph, this is one graph, this is one graph, like this. Okay, so now we will discuss few compounds about the solubility. Okay, see, potassium nitrate and lead nitrate, solubility increases with increase in temperature. See, potassium nitrate, lead nitrate, you have seen the solubility increases like this. The solubility increases with increase in temperature. When the temperature is increasing like this, the solubility also increases. Understood? Then we will discuss sodium chloride. The solubility has minimal increase with increase in temperature. Where is sodium chloride? This, the straight line, black line, what I have done, it is the solubility curve for the sodium chloride, which shows a minimum increase, very minute increase with the increase in temperature. Understood? Then we will discuss calcium sulfate and calcium hydroxide. The solubility increases to a particular minimal temperature, then decreases. So what happens? See the graph. This is the graph. See, a small increase, then decrease. A minimal increase in the solubility, then decreases with the increase in temperature. Now we will discuss another compound, that is sodium sulfate. It is a very interesting compound. Solubility increases sharply till the temperature reaches 32.8 degrees centigrade and then decreases. Understood? The further increase in temperature, what happens? The solubility decreases. So the solubility increases till the temperature reaches to 32.8 degrees centigrade. Then by increasing temperature, the solubility decreases. See the graph again. I am showing you sodium sulfate. What is this? This one. See this graph. It is rising, then decreasing. Understood? This is your sodium sulfate, Na2SO4. The solubility increases up to 32.8 degrees centigrade. Okay, then decreases. So the parameter is not matching here, but it reaches up to 32.8 degrees centigrade. Then by increasing temperature it decreases the solubility. Okay, so the main point is sodium sulfate 10H2O is hydrous because we are having this water molecule along with sodium sulfate. So it is hydrous when the temperature is below 32 degrees centigrade, 32.8 degrees centigrade. So what happens when it reaches, it loses its water molecules, then it becomes anhydrous. Above this temperature it becomes anhydrous. This is called anomalous solubility. This is called anomalous solubility. What is that? The solubility increases in case of, particularly in case of sodium sulfate, the solubility increases till 32.8 degrees centigrade, then decreases on further increase in temperature. Okay, this is called anomalous solubility. Now we will discuss the characteristics of solubility curve. So certain points you have to remember. Some questions may come. Write the characteristics, write the uses of the solubility like this. So what are the characteristics? We'll go quickly. The curve plots the changes of the solubility of a solid at different temperature in a solvent. Then temperature is taken, as I was discussing, temperature is taken in x-axis and solubility is taken in y-axis. Okay. Now what is the use of this solubility curve? It helps to compare the solubility of different solutes at any given temperature. What is the solubility? What is the nature of the solubility? We can compare of different solutes. Then the knowledge of solubility curve aids in fractional crystallization. Understood? Suppose two solutions are mixed. So at particular temperature the solubility we are discussing, basing on that fractional crystallization can be done on this, based on this solubility curve. Okay, we can get the knowledge of the solubility. Then the solubility of the substance or the solute can be determined at a particular temperature. So basing on that solubility curve, that graph, we can find out the solubility of the substance at a particular temperature with the help of this curve. Okay, thank you children. Next part we will discuss about the other particular terms of this chapter. Okay, thank you.